Last month, we talked about tips to make sure your rural home or cabin doesn't go up in smoke during wildfire season. This month, producer Steve Costin shows us how to think like a firefighter and shares evacuation strategies in case your home lies in harm's way.
The nature of fires in Wyoming is very dynamic and changes very rapidly. Being a predominantly wind-driven state, fires behave very erratic and extreme under these conditions that we see and deal with every day. The availability of those resources to come here to protect each individual home that is in the wildland-urban interface, that's a rarity, and it's not going to happen. And it's the best interest of the homeowners to be proactive.
There are so many homes out there throughout the whole county. It's up to the homeowner to take the responsibility to do what they can for mitigation and be as fire safe as possible. We have a lot of resources for them that they can tap into on the internet or through their local fire departments or officials, and start working towards making things as fire safe as possible. It just makes our job as firemen a lot easier to be able to drive into something and they're standalone structures or something that we just have minimal amount of work to do. If we come into places that the homeowners haven't taken care of, there's a lot of flammable material around, whether it be in the forest or a river bottom, a lot of brush, grass, that type of thing, older buildings. There may be absolutely nothing we can do for it and have to leave. So it's up to the homeowner to make those decisions and do as much as possible to make our job as safe as possible and as easy as possible to save your personal property for you.
It's very important to have an emergency evacuation plan in place for you and your family so you all know how you're going to leave, if you get separated, where you're going to meet up later. You also need to know how you're going to be contacted if a fire breaks out in your area. So you need to speak to either your local county emergency management coordinator if you have one. If not, call your local sheriff's office and find out how they can contact you. In many counties, you can sign up and basically give them your phone number so that they'll call your phone when a fire or other emergency breaks out so that you'll be notified.
Another important item would be to have your address clearly marked so that emergency responders can accurately get to your house and find it in the event of evacuation or an approaching wildfire.
I brought the lawnmower in, simple machine, just brought her in here, and I've created a little area here that goes all the way around the property. And so if we were to get into a wildfire type situation in here, this would be a logical spot for a hand crew or an engine crew to maybe back off from the house and create a fire line. It'd be easy for them to come through here, and a lot of the work's already done for them. And so that's what I'm trying to accomplish here. When I first bought the property, there was an entranceway, and you can see the two stumps down there where I cut those off. The first thing I noticed was it was only about 10 feet high, and it wouldn't have allowed for a piece of emergency equipment of any size to even get through there. And so I cut that down and eliminated it.
Ready, set, go being get your home ready early in the fire season, set, you know it's wildfire season, there's fires in your area, get ready to go. And then go. That last portion of that is to leave when you're ordered to be evacuated. Don't wait until the last minute to be evacuated. When the evacuation order comes, you need to be already ready, and you need to be out the door. That's one of the biggest things there.
I look out here across the way, and we've got we're blessed actually in this area with good roads. People take pride in their roads, and they've kept them in pretty good shape. Bridges are in good shape, and so forth. But it's important to keep access and egress good for not only yourselves but for firefighters when they are in an emergency situation. If we don't have good roads and we can't get the firefighters in and out, then that poses a significant challenge, and it's a safety problem for them. I look here again. You've mowed a lot of your fine fuels, your grass, and so forth, and it's good to do that along your roads too, because the roads are not only an access and egress point, but they're also a good fuel break. A good, you can catch a fire on a road a lot of times. But if you've got, if the ditches or the side of the roads are full of sage and bitter brush and just kind of overgrown with grass, then you might not be able to catch fire on the road. So it's important to maintain those right-of-ways along the roads.
As we are responding to a page out to a fire, one of the first things that's going through our mind is, where's the closest water source? How are we going to get to that water source? What is the aspects of the ground? What's the terrain like? Are we getting into hilly, tall sagebrush? Are we getting into a lot of trees? Now you see a lot of driveways that people keep just a small driveway and expect a big fire truck to come through to get to their house. And the people need to realize if they are leaving their house that there's going to be a lot of fire equipment moving up roads and is going to utilize their roads, and they need to give way to those fire trucks, vehicles coming in. But most of the time somebody will call 911, and that 911 call could go to any county in Wyoming, depending on where you're sitting, where your cell phone is going to ping. And then pages go from there. Fire departments are tapped out. A lot of your smaller fire departments will give a heads up to the Forest Service in the local area or a larger fire department that's coming in. Most small fires, they start out at type 4. Your local fire departments will jump on them, give size up, time of day, and then a bigger fire department will come in. Let's say the Forest Service will come in, and it'll go to a type 3, and they will try to manage that fire. If that gets out of hand, then things are getting bad, and if we go to a type 2, things have really gone south.
In the event that there are multiple wildland fires going on at the same time, there's only a finite number of resources. And by resources, I mean firefighters, fire engines, and aviation resources like helicopters and slurry bombers. It's not just the resources that are available locally, but also the other incidents that are going on across the United States that can affect how many people can come to a particular fire. When those resources are being drawn elsewhere, that usually means that there are fewer to go around in the local side. The prioritization of where those resources end up is based on the need and the resources at risk, whether that be homes or the natural resources around.
In Wyoming State Forestry Division, we have federal grants available for helping offset the cost of doing defensible space work. Several counties in Wyoming have that grant funding available. Please contact Wyoming State Forestry Division if you're interested in receiving those or interested in those grant funds, and we can meet with you and work with you and try to reduce the potential of losing your home in a wildland fire and increasing its survivability. Also, in turn, making it safe for wildland firefighters to be around your property.